Hello everyone and welcome to Force of Nature, a new First Taste miniseries for my channel. Now Force of Nature is a bit of a sandbox survival game with RPG elements that came to my attention just a few days ago, and after about an hour or two of test play, I have been enjoying the game quite a lot. It reminds me of a games in the sort of line of Worm Online, but it's more of a single-player experience, and the grind is toned down significantly from Worm Online. Obviously, multiplayer games tend to have a little bit more time investment with any particular task. But we're going to just jump into this game. I haven't really had that much experience with it so far, and so we're going to be learning the game together. And I foresee this first taste being 5-10 episodes long as we just kind of get to grips with what the game is. Now, you generate a new world by simply going through here. We'll have the world of Aavak. Now, it will take a little bit to generate the world, so I will bring you back when that is done, and we will see what this game is about. And here we are. AY Studio, I assume. Music by Storm Warning. What an interesting name for a band. Force of Nature. Okay. So, as you can probably guess, we start off. There's no character customization or anything. Perhaps that's something they're going to bring in. But we start off as a guy just washed up on a shore. Quite a pretty shore as well. What is this place? Well, this place is not wherever you were just now, at the very least. Right, so this game kind of has a narrative in that it's a long series of quests that you unlock every time you achieve something, every time you complete one of the previous quests. It's currently Gem. What an interesting stone. I think it will be useful to you. Find and pick up one ruby chip. To pick up an object, come closer to it, press the space bar, which is the use key, and click on the appeared label, which is ruby chip down there. Or alternatively, you can get rid of all of these, and then press space will bring up the labels, but if you press left control, you'll pick up everything that is around you. Right, first steps, look around. A lot of useful things can be around you. Find and pick up 2 palm leaves and 2 splinters. That gives you a little bit of information on where to find. The bananas and coconuts will also fall down from palm trees. They will help restore energy when you need it. We'll get the leaves and sometimes the sticks by kicking trees, which is the right button if you don't have certain tools equipped. So we'll get to that now. We've got a coconut there. In fact, I'm going to grab you. I'll also grab this stick. We've got a couple of splinters just washed up on the shore. They're basically little rocks there. So let's grab these. You can also get the palm leaves from these palm trees here. Are there any other sticks on the ground? Because it's significantly easier to just pick them up than it is to actually kick them down from a tree. As you can imagine, it is... I mean, in the game sense, it's just random. And I dislike random things. They take away my control from the situation, and that's never a good thing. But the other thing is, I imagine it bloody well hurts. Just clobbering a tree with the bottom of your foot. I mean, the bottom of my feet are pretty tough because I tend to walk out with any shoes. But even still, I wouldn't fancy my chances just beating up a palm tree. There's a palm leaf over there, some more sticks and all sorts of things. Almost everything, in fact, to my knowledge, everything that you see in the game can be destroyed. Fully destructible in that sense. You just need the right tools in most cases. For example, no amount of kicking that rock is going to destroy it. But if I came at it with a pickaxe, then I would be able to destroy it. Likewise, the trees, no amount of kicking is going to make them fall down. But if you attack them with an axe, you can. Now, what was my quest again? First steps. I need one more palm leaf. Looks like we may have to... Oh no, there's one over there. Fantastic. Let's go and grab that. In fact, quickly, I'm going to pop some of these onto my hotbar. The bananas and the coconuts can go there because they help me recover stamina. They don't heal me, only stamina, and that's worth bearing in mind. The stamina is the little yellow bar, and every time I do something that takes any kind of effort, that will decrease. It will regenerate naturally, and in fact, the game has a bit of a level system, and a lot of things you craft are locked behind the level system. I'm just grabbing the odds and sod things around right now. But if we have a look at our character, we can see what our level is. We're currently level 1, and this affects things like the health and stamina regeneration, run speed, all these sorts of things, alternative damage with my fists, or with my feet, I guess. Right, so we've completed that quest. Now what do we need to do? We need to craft a rope. A lot of useful things can be crafted from the resources you find. Well, that's wonderful. Let's go ahead and craft this. Now, I don't have any real idea. All right, we'll use a splinter or a knife. And we've got enough of either, so I'm going to use one of my splinters. There we are, so a sharp rock to just peel through the palm leaves and make a rope with it. So let's go ahead and do that. But given that this game was released on December the 13th last year, that is 2016, I am quite impressed, honestly, with how developed it is so far. Again, I've only played it for an hour or two, so I don't know how long the content remains in the game, like how long they can keep up the pace that it has in the first couple of hours. But certainly, I found myself never wanting for something to do. There were some times when I was waiting for something to finish building, and to a certain degree, I don't really mind that. The sort of grind in this game isn't the grind that really feels like a grind. There's just dips in the level of activity. Craft a stone knife. The stone knife can be used as a tool and as a weapon. To use a stone knife as a weapon, drag it from your inventory to the cell, weapon, or use. It can also be put in one of the fast access cells in the left bottom corner. So these are the fast access cells. This is the weapon or use cell it was referring to. So we want to make a knife. So let's go back to the crafting screen. Now, to make a knife, we need a splinter and we need a rope. Let's go ahead and make one of these, please. There we go. We've got a couple of little things we can do over here. Now, I didn't get particularly far in the amount of time that I played. I had gotten up to the point where I was building some further crafting structures, which was actually quite nice. But we'll see how this goes. I guess I'll pop it down in one of the fast access cells for now. Right, so we've completed that quest. Make a bonfire. Bonfire is a necessary thing. Indeed, it is. Now, to craft a bonfire, I don't believe... No, that is not in the crafting. That's in the buildings menu. So we want to go to constructions. There's also decorations, which end up being things like fence posts, torches, all sorts of stuff. Under construction, we've got a bonfire. Now we need a number of sticks, which is why I collected so many, and a gem or a glowing ember. Now I'm imagining the gem is... I'm not really sure how you're using the gem. Are we making some sort of drill to create friction with the gem? I really don't know. It might be you're trying to focus light through the gem, like a sort of magnifying glass, because it's used in place of something else that's hot. So maybe, who knows? But either way, this is our little area here. Now you can hold down space to rotate the camera while you're in this mode and still move around. You know what? Let's put a little bonfire back here, shall we? Let's put it right up next to the trees. I think that'd be nice. We'll pop it. Ah, really? It's raining on me? Why? Why have you got to do this? Now, if you hold down space, you can see how quickly it's building. And that's doing its thing by itself right now. I don't need to be doing anything particular around it, which is glorious. It means I can go off and do other things. So, as I was mentioning earlier, there are lulls where you're waiting on something to happen, but if you kind of plan your time well, then you're never actually waiting. It's just that I need coal, so I'm going to set the coal to going, and I guess right now I should probably be getting some more meat, so I'm going to go off and hunt, or I'm going to go off and gather wood or something like that. You don't ever have to stop completely, but there are periods of time where the thing you want to do is locked behind a bit of time to build certain structures. Now, get a new level. New levels will give access to new buildings, new recipes, and will make your character stronger. Now, this is the thing that I was saying, that the level system kind of locks things off. If I look at crafting, there are a number of things down here. For example, a stone arrow. I need level 6 to even know how to do that. So, let's go ahead and get our first level. And this is going to change these characteristics. We need 2 splinters and 1 rope. We have, in fact, got enough palm leaves to make another rope. So let's go ahead and do that while I'm just sat around the fire being rained on. No, there's something actually quite nice about that. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this whole sitting around the fire. It's warm, but it's also wet. And it's just listening to the forest around me. This is actually remarkably soothing. Alright, I'm going to get this level. There we go. And as you can see, a very small adjustment to some of my stats. Mostly the health, regeneration, and stamina. I believe our armor went up very, very slightly, and our health went up very slightly as well, I believe. I didn't actually pay proper attention to that. But now we have got a lot of new things to do. Now we can make more tools. So stone axe, stone pick. That will allow us to get logs and actually harvest trees. I haven't even shown kicking trees. I'll do that in a moment. But we'll also be able to get stone. And if it is an ore-bearing rock, we'll also be able to get things like the ore. So, for example, these rocks are iron ore rocks. But you can go ahead and look in the encyclopedia. It'll tell you all of the new things you can do with that level. So, a stone pick can be crafted with your hands, can be crafted in the following buildings, a crafting table. So, there's multiple places you can craft most things. Hands and the crafting table. It gives you an idea of how much damage they do as well. Damage 10, attack speed of 55. How much is my damage? 8, but attack speed of 0.78. So, you're going to do damage pretty quickly with that knife, honestly. Either that. Now, I'm fairly certain that the higher the attack speed, the better. So, attack speed of 1 would mean you're doing one attack at full speed or something like that. But I'm fairly certain that it's not. It takes 0.78 seconds to swing, whereas a stone axe takes 0.59 seconds to swing. I think the lower that number, the slower the attack, but I'll double check that in a moment. We can also make a digging stick, which we can dig with. Well, it'll be how we get clay and sand and the like. Damage 1, attack speed 0.33. Fried meat can be crafted in the following buildings: bonfire and cooking table. It gives health. Now that is the only thing that gives us health at the moment. Everything else we've got gives us stamina. Glowing ember can be crafted in a bonfire, so we can make further bonfires if we want. And as you probably already noticed earlier, it does actually make a difference to the lighting. Now, we want to make a digging stick, and we also want to make some glowing embers. We're going to need 9 glowing embers. That's an interesting one. Okay, well, let's have a quick look at the digging stick. What are we going to need? Just 3 sticks and a knife or a splinter. Okay, the stone pick, we're going to need some rope. The stone axe, also going to need some rope. And what about the glowing embers? How much do I need for those? We can make the fried meat. We just need some meat. We don't need any heat. Rabbit there. They are deceptively hard to chase. Well, actually, no, they're not deceptively hard to chase down. Anyone who's tried to chase down a rabbit as a human with, I don't know, a hammer or something, yeah. Good luck. Good luck. They are designed for running. You are not. You're designed for doing all sorts of other things, and you're good at running over long distances, but they're just really good at running, full stop. And also they've got barrows and warrants. Yeah, but you know, believe me, a bow is the better option. Right, so we need 1 stick to make 3 glowing embers. So we could use all of our sticks currently to get all of the glowing embers. However, I happen to know it's going to be significantly easier to get sticks later if we make ourselves an axe. So the first thing we want, palm leaves. It would also be easier for us to get an axe. The palm leaves if we had an axe as well. Axes are just great in every way. And having a quick look around, seeing if there are any palm leaves around. No, it really does not look like it. That is a bit of a shame. Okay, well, this is what we do. We right-click to kick the bushes there. We just need 2. There we go. Perfect. Now we can make ourselves a rope. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, I don't believe that there is any sort of tiers of automation. So, for example, those who are familiar with Factorio, if I try to build a late-game product, which is made up of many, many early-game products, but I have the raw resources to make everything, it'll just make them all one after the other until I end up with the end-game product. I don't think that is the case here. I think you actually have to have everything set up. Now, I'm going to need a knife. If I try to do that, I don't have enough tools because my knife is down there. Oh, damn it. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to have the knife in my inventory, so when I select this, I can say, I want my tool to be a knife from now on. There we go. I'm probably going to make another knife, probably just to hold and have around with me. But we can just go ahead and close that. In fact, let's see if we can't get a couple more palm leaves. Be super useful. There's 1. Now it'll notify me when I finish building, so I don't need to keep checking. There's 3. If I get 4, then that's 2 ropes. Come on, 1 more, please. No, come on. Please. It's telling me I need to use an axe, and that's why I said that everything is easier when you get an axe. Let's see, there we go, there's 4. Right, so with that in hand, I've got my axe. Now I have to take my axe out of my crafting area. Otherwise it's just kind of clogged up, which is why that's red. So I've got my axe here. We'll pop that in fast access 1. Now, I really, really, really would like a stone knife, but I'm going to need to make myself a rope for that. I could just make one of these. Let's go ahead and make the digging stick straight away. I'm going to make a rope then to be able to get a knife and, of course, a pick. Now, this is why having the axe is so much better. We're just going to chop this down a few swings and we should be good. There we go. Now, currently, if you check my inventory, I've got 4 palm leaves. So I pick these up It's not 7, it's 10. They each count as 2. So it might have been like, oh, well, you should have kicked it because you would have got more palm leaves out of it that way. No. It is generally quite efficient just to chop them down, that I have found. But again, you should be wary of deforesting an area that you're trying to live in for obvious reasons. All right, let's go ahead and make 2 ropes here. Thankfully, ropes take very, very little time to make at all. And then we can go on to make a stone pick. Let's get you going. Now, we want to have some sticks. Now, the sticks, you might think, oh, you can chop down trees. No, actually, you will tend to get logs. And also, I feel that having the forest around you is actually pretty good, because some of these trees will actually bear fruit, and that's super, super important. So what you can do instead, go for the thickets. Just attack the thickets, and much as with the palm leaves, you will get multiple sticks per stick you pick up effectively. They're just representative of a large amount of sticks on the ground. Right now we should have more than 6. We've got 17 sticks. So as you can see, it's very much worth it. And now I don't know if there's any way to encourage thickets to grow or if they respawn or anything like that. So I would advise caution. Don't deforest the area where you live. Go somewhere else and deforest that area instead, because you're human and this is kind of just the way we do things. Right, okay, so what we want is a pickaxe right down there, and at this point, what we would like, if we check on quests, we need to get some clay, sand, and soil. We'll do that in a moment, because this, the glowing embers recipe, takes some time to do. Now, we need 9, but I happen to know the glowing embers are super useful in loads of ways, so we're going to get 15 being made. Now, it's going to take some time. It's going to take a fair bit of time. I would also like some more... No. Damn. Can I... No, damn it. I'm doing all the wrong things. Please. Is there a way... I don't know if there's a way that I can just take this out of my inventory. That would be super useful. But either way, I just want to kick this because I just want the coconut. I don't want to chop the tree down. I'm hoping the coconuts will grow. Grow again, you see. That is my goal. Come on, another coconut. No, not a palm leaf. I want a coconut. It's scallywag. I'll accept the one that you gave me. 2 coconut hearts is, you know, it's not terrible, I suppose. I will also grab these strawberries. Now, the strawberries do give a little bit of health. So, in lieu of meat, there's something you can use. Now, we need to get some types of soil. So, if we bring out our digging stick and go over here, I think we needed 5 of each. We'll just get a little bit of sand. Now, later on, I mean, as you can see, each dig action has a bit of an animation time, takes a bit of time, and we need 5 of each thing. Later on, there will be times where you need like 10 or 15 or 20 of something, and that'll take a lot of time for me to collect, even if I'm just sat there digging. I'll be cutting those out later on. But for this first episode, there's generally going to be enough to do and enough to think about that I'm not probably going to be editing it too heavily, but understand that later on, even though the grind does increase a little bit, where I am just doing a repetitive task like this, I will be cutting that out for your convenience. There we go. We've got all of the soil. And the last bit is clay. And clay is found all the way over here. How's my glowing embers going? They're going okay. There's already some created. I could collect a half batch, and I will be doing that because I only need 9 and I'm making 15. But you can just wander past. In fact, I think if I hold down... Oh, no. If I hold down space, it doesn't quite tell me how much is going on over there. But as I mentioned, it will let me know when it's finished. But that is the whole task that I told it to do. So all 15. There we go. Mining sand, clay, and soil is complete. And if I have a look in my bonfire, we have got 6 of the 9 that I need. But we're almost there. So as I said... much earlier on, sometimes you'll have tasks you need to do, like crafting, and you can just go do other things. It's quite useful. Now, I need to gather 10 logs and 5 stone as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So the stones, again, they're procedurally generated from what I can tell. For example, this array of stones is different from the last time I played, but they're in the same place. So there's like an iron ore collection of rocks here, but I think there's actually more rocks here than when I played earlier. I actually think there's a lot more rocks here, but my stamina is really bloody low. So I'm gonna eat. It takes a little bit of time, The little spoon and fork icon there lets me know how long until I stop, until I can eat again. But right now my stamina is recovering pretty nicely. So I'm just going to go and grab this. There we go. We have now got all of the embers that we needed. So let's go ahead and check on my quests. It's just more tools. So now I need some logs, and that is it. So time now to chop down trees, and I would prefer not to chop down fruit trees. I will instead go for you. And it takes a little bit of effort to chop down a tree, as one might imagine. You don't really expect to just wander up to a tree and just show it an axe and it falls over. But certain trees take longer. I'm not sure if there's different yields on the trees, but again, these 3 logs are going to be more than 3 logs. That was 6 logs. So each one is worth 2. And these look like fruit trees, if I'm perfectly honest. Now, there is a day-night cycle, as you've already seen, but there also seems to be seasons. Or at the very least, certain trees produce fruit after some time. I'm not sure if that means the world is just constantly regrowing around me, and so new trees entirely will pop up from time to time. That was actually pretty good for the sticks. Wow. Okay, I'll remember that. These birch trees, I believe these are birch, will produce sticks as well as logs, but I am super duper tired. There we go. And there we are, loads more sticks. And there we go, more tools is complete. And now we get a new quest, which is this time to get level 3. Very well, let's have a quick gander at what we need for that. We need the glowing embers, the logs, the stone, but now we also need more sand. Ah, damn you, sand. And there we go. As I mentioned, the bonfire has let me know that it has completed the entire quest that I set, which was to make 15 glowing embers. Even though I took part of the embers out midway, it didn't mess that up. It's just allowing me to know my bonfire is, for all intents and purposes, now available to be used again, which is super, super useful. We've also collected the sand, so let's go ahead and take our level. There we go. So, get level. There we are. We've increased our armor a fair bit, actually. Currently, the main damage with my digging stick. All right, I get you. That's what that's telling me. If I put that back, I do more damage with my fist than with my pointy stick. I have no idea why. Frankly, a digging stick is basically a spear. But okay. We're not any faster, but we are regenerating a little bit better. We've got more health and stamina as well. But let's have a quick look at what we can now make. As you can see, level 3 unlocks a lot of stuff. So, first and foremost, we can now make coal, but we'll need a coal smoker. So, basically a charcoal kiln, really. We can make copper in a blast furnace, gold in a blast furnace. We can make iron in a blast furnace. I haven't even seen where copper and gold are, frankly. I have found iron. I imagine this is just a case of, well, you can make it because you can make the blast furnace at this level, but realistically, you're not going to be. Tin, I believe I've seen tin. Right, cudgel. You can be crafted with your hands and the following buildings. It does 15 damage and has attack speed of 0.63. Got the stone hammer. Can be crafted with your hands. That's a tool. The stone mace. 20 damage and 0.63 attack speed. So the same speed as the cudgel, really, just slightly more damage. Well, actually, not even slightly. Quite a lot more damage. The cudgel is only 3/4 as damaging, but attacks as quickly. We can make planks as well, which can also be made on a crafting table. We can make the melting pot. The jug can be crafted in the following buildings. The bonfire, probably out of clay. And there we go. So we can now start making weapons. And oh, there's actually up to level 12. That's quite interesting. I hadn't actually seen that before, but I guess that's how far you go before you've unlocked everything. Now, in terms of the quests, the first battle, as you probably guessed, since I can now make weapons, we're probably expected to use them, and in fact we are. Craft any weapon, cudgel or stone mace, and go explore the world. Hint, the mace is more powerful than the cudgel, but you cannot dodge attacks when using a mace. Now, I had enough time in my test play to make both, and I couldn't work out how to dodge with the cudgel anyway, so I have no idea how that all works. Like, well, what does it intend for dodging? I have no idea. Maybe just enemies sometimes miss you. But they never seem to bloody miss me. Right. Hint. Coins can be obtained by killing goblins. Keyboard to change weapons quickly. For that, place the desired object in one of the fast access cells in the bottom corner of the screen. So I guess I could have both weapons here. And then just press F to switch between them, or whatever it is. Get through the forest thicket, cut down your way with an axe. Okay, well, there we go. So that's that quest. And also, create a coal smoker and get some coal. Coal is a source of energy. Learn how to get it. We need a coal smoker and 20 coal. Very well. You know what? We're going to go ahead. We'll craft ourselves a weapon and the coal smoker, and that's going to be the end of this first episode. So let's have a quick look. We can make a coal smoker. Requires 5 clay and 15 sand. Yeah, I was pretty much thinking about the coal smoker when I was saying that sometimes you just, I'm going to be editing bits out. I guess in this episode I'm going to be editing bits out. But let's actually have a look at what will be necessary for the weapons as well. Now, given that the cudgel... Now, I happen to know that the cudgel will later on build into a better weapon, whereas the stone mace does not. But for the time being, the stone mace is just flat out a better option for us. So we're going to make a stone mace. And I'm going to go and get myself 5 clay and 15... I think it was 15... Yeah, I need 5 more clay and 15 more sand. So I'll bring you back when I've got all of that. Okay, there we go. There's my pile of sand that I've been collecting. Right, that's a little bit more than 15, I think. So yeah, it was 17. Okay, so we can now... I believe my crafting is also complete. So there we go. We've got our stone mace, and our stone mace is going to be going into the first slot on my inventory, so that I've always got it in my hand. I can wallop scallywags with it. Now, our charcoal kiln or coal burner, as the game calls it. Let's go to the build menu, constructions, coal smoker, sorry. We need 5 logs, which we already had because we collected quite a few. We have exactly as much clay as we need and slightly more sand than we need. It'll take 15 seconds to make. Now, you may have noticed that some things can use different types of... I'll just put it a little bit... Well, you know what? Let's put it over to the side here, like right there. Is there any... You can rotate with the mouse wheel, but it doesn't look like there's a front. It just looks like it's got a top, so I'll just pop it there. But you may have noticed that some things can be crafted with multiple types of tools. Now, typically buildings just take as long as they're going to take, but when it comes down to tools that are crafted in your hand or on a particular workbench and can be made from multiple different types of tools, then the better the tool, the faster it will happen. I've not noticed any quality difference in items, but certainly the speed with which you can do it changes. Now here we can make 1 coal for... Oh, we can use sticks for that? Wow, okay, but it requires 1 glowing ember per, which is, frankly, crazy. Alternatively, I can go for this, where I only need 2 glowing embers, but I need logs, and it'll give me 5 coal. So, as you can probably tell, the log option is by far the superior option. So we're going to just go, and we're going to break down 1 tree, and then go and see if we can't get ourselves some coal burning, and then I'm going to go and just point towards one of the goblins. We're not going to fight during this episode. That's where we're going to be wrapping this one up. In the next one, we will continue with the fighting. But I do want to show you some of the goblins. There are many more threats than goblins. Frankly, half of the wildlife is more dangerous than the goblins that I have found. But, you know, the goblins can pose a threat, especially if you let them gang up on you. Right, so we want to get our coal smoker working. Let's pop a little bit of coal in here. And because we can, we're going to make a fair bit. I know I'm going to need a lot. Go ahead and make 20, please. There we go. Perfect. Now, realistically, I probably am going to need more glowing embers sooner rather than later. So, to save myself some time, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this going. I want a lot of glowing embers. Let's pop in 10 sticks and get 30 glowing embers. That is going to take a very long time to finish doing. So with that, let's go and see if I can't just point out 1 or 2 of these scallywag goblins. Now the map is generated when you create the world. So sometimes there'll be clear paths through areas. For example, there I didn't need to break anything down, but sometimes you do. And there's one of the goblins. Looks more like a gremlin than a goblin, I'll be perfectly honest. And for some reason, that makes me want to kill it less. But there are other looking goblins. Oh, no, it has spotted me. No, no, no. I'm a peace-loving individual. Leave me alone. Running away. Even though I am going to be coming back later on, I'm just going to, splatter your brains all over the floor with my giant stone mace. But for right now, that's where we're wrapping this episode up. I hope you've enjoyed and will be joining me for the next. As ever, with any first taste, do let me know what you think about the game down below. If you have any feedback or, in fact, any tips, if you already play the game yourself, just drop a comment down there. And remember to like if you liked, sub if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.